Hi, Brandy Alexander with your weekly reading from May 6th to May 12th. Sorry it's a little bit late. In the Southern Hemisphere in Australia, we're having a long weekend, so I've been busy. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous weather too, and we've just had new moon in Taurus, and interestingly enough, one of our cards is a Taurus card, so I think this reading is really poignant for the week. It's bringing up a lot of interesting things. So we've got the Two of Cups. We've had that not that long ago. We've got the Lovers. And we have the King of Pentacles. And then I have a qualifying card at the end. So what does it mean? The Two of Cups. You're going to be offered something. Somebody's offering you something and you're not sure. And this could be somebody who's a Leo. So that means they're usually born July to beginning of August. It could, this is very interesting because of the very last card I'm going to show you, which I haven't shown you yet. Somebody is coming in. This offer is coming in. It's really bold, perhaps. It could be really like lion-like. It's just come in out of nowhere, and it's quite aggressive. It's an aggressive sort of thing. The person could almost be pushy. Now, this is whether it's in a relationship. Somebody might be saying my way or the highway, or maybe you're saying that. But actually I'm getting a really strong feeling that somebody's giving somebody an ultimatum. Quite interesting. But the one person isn't sure. Somebody wants peace. Like, you look at the woman, she's wanting peace. And this doesn't mean that the genders have to be as they're shown in this card, but somebody wants peace. And they do not believe that the person that's making this very bold offer is trustworthy, and they might not believe them. But the person that's making this offer and trying to calm you down is, or maybe this is you, they're misunderstood. There is a lot of misunderstandings in these cards this week. Somebody might be very cheeky, but this could have to do with a move, somebody's saying, either come work with me. It means moving. It means doing things quite differently. Normally I like to say with this card that you can trust them, but I'm not really sure what's going on here. There's a lot of uncertainty here. The person who's making the offer, they're very scared. They're quite frightened. But the person who's listening to the offer, they are very solid, they're grounded, and they're not about to move lightly. This could be a relationship where somebody's trying to smooth things over, and they could be a Leo, and they could also live in the country. There's this whole aspect of this other place where they live or want you to go. And anyway, they really are, from this card, they're genuine, although it's hard to know, because you feel it's hard to know because of probably past actions, but it's quite aggressive, or they have been aggressive, and it scares you. It's also it's very interesting. It's like a very, this has come from divine. There's a medical aspect perhaps here too. It's, it's like something spiritual. It's part of this next step. So, it's a very passionate week. We're in Taurus, so it's passionate and bullish. I mean, you know, Taurus the bull, and even though this is a lion depicted on this card, it's, you know, it's a lot of my way or the highway sort of stuff, people being bullies. But not everyone knows how to speak in a nice way, so that's how you get them. You know, that's just how they act. The next card's the Lovers, and I really love the sun aspect in it. I love the sun, and this is a little bit of, you know, you just aren't sure. There's coming from two different places. Again, it's like heaven sent, and there's could be quite fiery. There could be some very big disagreements. People could be splitting. These two cards are very much about, you know, maybe people are really serious now about splitting up, or they're talking about their relationship. Where are we going? Where are we headed? They're, you know, it's like the whole Adam and Eve, totally separate people, and it's looking, you know, looking for advice. Somebody wants advice, and sometimes it's almost like the better the devil you know. It is, you know, it's like, is it just going to be too hard to get over? Like, some of you know in your heart already that you can never go back to the way it was. It's just impossible. So the Lovers is really tricky, and sometimes it can mean that there's somebody else too. But it's really just, where do we go from here? And it is, it's about investigating the truth of things, like really. The sun sort of shines brightly and sheds light, and the sun gives new information. Maybe you do need more information about everything before you make decisions. I also think that it's like, it is a little bit of the therapy card. Maybe you need to go talk to somebody together or separate, or, you know, just have a good old chat and lay things out on the line the way things are. Like, it's a reality check too, very much a reality check. What's real, what isn't real. Like, you know, you just because you want something to work in your mind, in reality it might not. It's just all this relationship stuff. It's really quite big. It can be good though. I just feel like this is about, passions are heated, and whether it's about a career or whether it's about, you know, love interests, there's a lot to be weighed up. We've got the King of Pentacles here. This is a Taurus card. So a lot of you might be making some big business decisions. What you're going to be doing now can affect you for the next 7 years. So it's a very big new moon. And this King of Pentacles is somebody who is very, very wealthy. They have made their money, their wealth. They've had to slay dragons. They've really had to work hard. Like, it's about working hard but reaping the rewards, and it's sacrifice. It is all about a sacrifice as well. Like, sometimes you have to sacrifice. So this can even be reaping rewards in relationships. You can have a really great relationship, however, you will need to sacrifice something to make it work, and that is the way of relationships. There's always sacrifices, whether it's career or whether it's love interests. It's always a sacrifice for something. This is like, they're really abundant, so if you want to work hard towards your new goal, a new career, it is saying it's very, very successful. You will be very, very successful. Or this might be somebody you know, or yeah, it could be somebody you know that's a Taurus, and they're figuring in here. Taurus is, I think, around this time of year. Their birthdays are in May, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's May. more the beginning of May. So they're pretty wrapped up. They have all the spoils. They have all the riches. Again, though, they did have to sacrifice some things and maybe even tame something. Sorry, I'm getting eaten by sandflies. They might have had to tame some habits. Actually, this could have a lot to do with breaking some habits, whether it's drugs or alcohol, because the qualifying card has to do, it's the Mexican Loteria cards. It's El Diablito, the little devil, and the little devil is about somebody being mischievous. And it also has meanings of drugs and alcohol in Mexico, in Spanish. So it could be that, you know, people are trying to negotiate with somebody that does have a drug or alcohol problem, and that they just are exacerbated and don't know what to do anymore, and that they really do need help. But the person can get help. They just need to realize with a lot of hard work, they can conquer. That is like sort of like a dragon slayed or whatever. So they can conquer it. It could also be that somebody's kicking up a stink around you and being mischievous. And I find it quite interesting too, because they have one leg as a rooster and the other as like a donkey. And so they can be like a bit of trickery happening, you know, mischievous trickery happening around you. Maybe you're being the person that's creating, you know, tricking people and yeah, being a little mischievous. But it's not terrible. It's actually quite a tongue-in-cheek card. It's quite a fun card. So, an interesting week. I think I'll pull one more. Excuse me. I'll see what we'll get here. It's quite fascinating what's going on. Ah! Well, that's super duper. There's celebration. So it looks like, you know, there will be reason to celebrate. This can also be a, you know, a fiery love, and people, it could be a marriage proposal. That, you know, somebody could propose marriage, asking, and the person's not so sure because they haven't always been honest, or, you know, things haven't always been super loving, you know, something's come up, but it is showing that things could be really, really positive, even though, like, there is a lot of tumultuous stuff happening there. But that the King of Pentacles is like fortune and very solid with money. So, and this, the Four of Wands, is really happy days, good prospects. It's like a reason to celebrate. Everyone's celebrating for them. It could be like an engagement. It could be, it's definitely new beginnings. And definitely new beginnings. So maybe you will be taking this offer. It looks like maybe you should take the offer and trust the offer, because it's like a cornucopia of wealth, of, you know, it's fruitful, it's going to be good, and it is like a union. So whether this is, like I said again, it could be career or it could be relationship. So very fascinating. Don't know, but I wish you well for the week. So just be on the alert for these strong energies, and always take a breath if you need it. Don't be forced into anything you don't want to do, and get out in nature. I got that strong and clear today, and just notice nature and the messages it's trying to bring you. And until next week, love and light. Have a great, powerful week. Don't try not to be the mischievous little devil yourself. Well, maybe you need to be. Okay, bye.